You don't need to confront the narcissist. There, I said it. I said it. I'm not taking it back. I'm not retracting anything. I said it. There you have it. Of course, I'm going to tell you why, though. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I'm here to give you the inside look at the mind of a narcissist. And y'all, yes. First of all, if you're on YouTube watching this, why did you click on this video? Was it because of the title of the thumbnail? Leave a comment below. I'm trying to do some internal research, and I would really seriously like to know why you clicked on the video. Was the title or did the thumbnail catch your eye? Just serious. If you already subscriber or if you're not a subscriber, I would like to know either way. If you don't subscribe, hit the subscribe button. But yes, to the point at hand, to the topic at hand, you don't need to confront them, y'all. And the main reason why you don't need to confront a narcissist is because they already know what they did they already know what they've done. You confronting them is not going to make them change their mind. It's not, y'all, I'm being real. You confronted a narcissist for something that they did do. Something that they have actually done, not some hearsay, nothing you made up. You got the screenshots, you got video evidence, you got a damn near a confession, right? You got everything except a confession. When you confront them, they already know what they've done is wrong. They already know that it's wrong. They already know that they're going to get caught up. They already know that they're in the wrong. I promise you, they already know it. That narcissist or that toxic person knows exactly what they've been doing. They know how they've been holding it down. They know what they have done to you. They know what they put you through. That's why most times, that's why they didn't tell you what they did, especially if it's lying, cheating, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, like gambling, whatever it is. They already know what they have done to you. They already know. I promise you they do. This is not, look, y'all, this is not some type of rocket science. This is not some type of just like, well, Lee, I got to let them know that I know. Ask yourself, why do you have to let them know that you know? Seriously, why do you feel like you have to let them know that you know? Because what are you getting from that? Because I'm just telling you, the narcissist knows. They know what they have done wrong. They absolutely do. You know? And when you come to me, let's just say, let me put my narcissist hat on. Do I have a narcissist hat? This is gonna be my narcissist hat today, y'all. Like, when you come to me, when you confront me for something that I did do, in my mind, I think that I can get you back. I think because you confronted me, that we can work on it. Now, if you don't confront me and start taking action, you see, I don't think I can work on that because you're already taking action. You're already moving and taking action, whatever that looks like. You know, because the more you need a confession from me, the more I just want to hear them confess, Lee. You don't need a confession from a narcissist, y'all. Like, you seriously don't. You do not need a confession from a narcissist. You might want one. You might feel like you're owed one. You feel like you damn Lee, I do need. No, you don't. You don't need a confession to move on. And people have been arguing with me about that for years right there. When I did a video about that a long time ago, when I first started, I was like, you don't need a confession, y'all. You don't need to confront them. You don't need a confession. But yes, I do, Lee, because they need to know that I know. They know they've done wrong. Because if you confront them and you don't plan on leaving, you just taught them how to get away with it now. Yeah, take my narcissist hat off. You just taught them how to get away with it. Now they become a better liar. Yeah, could they stop the behavior for a little while? Could they change the behavior for a little while? Absolutely, yeah. They can change it for a little while, but for an extended period of time, I don't think they can do that. You know, I know people, most can't do that. I know people will say, well, Lee, you did it. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm better than other narcissists. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I've put in the work. Y'all, but I put in 8 years of therapy. Give me some, y'all, I've been in 8 years of therapy. How many narcissists in the world do you know have done that? In the world, go ahead. Give me, how many narcissists in the world do you know have done 8 years of therapy? Some of y'all might know some of y'all might know a few, right? You might know one, you might know two. That's a rarity, y'all. I've been in therapy for 8 years. Like, well, maybe if I confront them, it'll cause a narcissistic injury and that'll make them hit rock bottom. And then when they hit rock bottom, they'll change their behaviors to go to therapy and then they'll be like you. Now, let me be real. Is there a possibility of that happening? Yeah, that could happen, right? I know people gonna say, well, Lee just said yes, that's a possibility. The possibility of that happening is probably 1 in a trillion, 1 in a billion. I ain't gonna say a trillion because that's a crazy ass number. It's not. It's because there's 8 billion people on the planet. There's probably 10 in a billion, 100. You know what I mean? 100 in a billion. It's not a very high chance. If I told you 100, if I gave you the opportunity, right? If I gave you a dice, like I said, if like you have a 100 out of a billion chance to hit $1 million, to become a billionaire, if you roll a certain number, but if you get a different number, you die. How many people will be really willing to roll those dice? Some people would. Some people are like, well, give me those damn dice. I got nothing to live for anyway. Nah, you will flip them things, wouldn't you? You don't want to waste your life on somebody that's not trying to change their behaviors, y'all. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza, like I always do on this channel. But I'll say this. Another reason you don't want to confront a narcissist or you need a confession from them is because, y'all, if it allows them to hold you hostage. Like, because it allows them to hold you hostage. I know people feel like you need to confront them for some closure. Y'all, it allows them to hold you hostage in a relationship. Narcissists don't want to give you any type of closure, because closure means the end. Closure means that it's actually over and done with. That's what closure means. Closure doesn't mean that we're going to work on things. We're going to, like I said, get on horse. We're going to meet at a cafe in France and both have some hot kombucha and sip on it. And then we both ride off in our own horse and buggy in different directions. No! When does that happen? That's not gonna happen. That doesn't happen to anybody. Like, closure is not a real thing from a narcissist. When you feel like you need to confront them, y'all, as I promise you, it just allows them to hold you hostage. And they will hold you hostage in this relationship for a long time, because the more you need it, the more they'll keep it away from you. The more you beg for it, the less likely you are to get it. That's how narcissists operate. The more you beg for something, the less likely you are to get it. And I also say this as well, y'all. Another reason why let me say this right here. This is probably going to be the main reason why you don't need to confront a narcissist. It's dangerous. Y'all, let's keep it. I got to keep it hot and ready. Some of these bastards are scary and they will harm you. Some of these bastards are absolutely scary and they will bring harm and disruption to your life. There are some scary, narcissistic people out here who only want to bring harm to your life. They are scary as hell. So if you confront them and you embarrass them, or you confront them, you know too much, or you have the possibility of embarrassing them or bringing harm to them, then guess what happens next? Guess what happens next? After you embarrass them or hold like this type of stuff, they can harm you. They can hurt you. They can take you on up out of here. Y'all know what I mean when I say that? Like, Lee, what do you mean by it? They can take you on up out of here? Imagine, just think about what I mean right there. They can send you to meet your maker. If you let's just say you won't need, if you are a God-fearing person, you pray every night, you won't need to pray anymore, because you might be face to face with our Lord and Savior. You might be face to face with them. You know? You might be face to face with them. So think about that before you confront them, because some of them can become absolutely dangerous, because with the information that you know right now, you can ruin their lives. You could fracture their egos. You can take away their identity. Let's just say you have a narcissistic spouse that's in the army, right? And you catch them cheating on you, right? And let's just say your spouse is like a Marine or a SEAL or something like that, something that's harder to do. And that becomes their identity. Everybody in the world know that they're a Marine. I'm a Marine, I'm this, I'm that, right? You confront them with your information and you threaten their identity, because you know how it is in the armed forces. Like, affairs and cheating can get you kicked out or demoted or whatever. You threaten their identity, they can take you on up out of here. They can make it seem like you had, they can make it seem like you had an accident, or you somehow happened, this is what's going on. Something accidentally happened to you. They can really harm you. And in your existence, they can absolutely send you to meet your maker, to meet our maker. It's my maker too, right? So be very careful when you think about confronting them. Now, are there times you could confront them? Yeah, but you got to do it safely, y'all. You have to think safety first. I know, y'all, there's so many people out there that when certain things, y'all see certain videos, y'all will be like, well, Lee, that ain't no way in the hell. I would have threw that in their face. I would have did this. I would have did that. And you might have got your life taken. So sometimes we have to calm down. Like when you think about confronting a narcissist, the first thing you want to do is calm down and ask yourself, okay, how is this going to go? What can they do to me? Oh, Lee, I don't think that they would harm me. There are so many people who are lying in graveyards right now who had that same thought. I didn't think they would ever harm me. And they end up getting their life taken. And it's not their fault they got their life taken. The narcissistic, toxic, psychopathic bastard, it's absolutely, they're 100% their fault. It's the fault of the person who took their lives, right? But you want to be as safe as you possibly can. You don't want to confront these bastards, y'all. I'm just telling you, you don't need it. I know you want to sometimes, but if you have a dangerous, especially if they already put their hands on you, if they already strangled you or something like that before, if they already threatened to harm you, threatening to unalive you or whatever, you already know what they're going. If they tell you this type of stuff, they might very well be capable of it. And if they say they're capable, if they've done it before, they might do it again. You see what I'm saying? If they've done it before, they could absolutely do it again. And then guess what happens? They ruin your life. They send you up the river. They ruin your life. You send you up the river. You don't need to confront them, y'all. Because I know you want to. I know people are just like, Lee, I got to. I guess in my bones. Leave them a note on the way out. Leave them a note on your way out of the relationship, right? Leave exit stage left. Leave them a note or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? You have to be careful. Write down everything that you know. Document everything that you know. If you have to confront them, do it in as safely a way as possible. If you can't avoid them because y'all have kids, you can't just make a clean break. Of course, make a plan. You have to, you gotta plan. That's what so many people, that's a mistake that so many people make. You just act on impulse and because your feelings get hurt because you catch them in the act or something like that. You go through their phone when they're asleep. I understand that, y'all, but take a breath, please. If you don't please take a breath, y'all. And this is me coming from my heart. I care about you. I want y'all to be safe as possible. I know there's so many of these bastards that will hurt you and harm you because you caught them, because you confronted them with something that they have actually done. You want to be as safe as you possibly can. Seriously, okay? Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for making it to the end of this video. Y'all know I appreciate every single one of y'all. The grind continues. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Mentalhealness.net for all things Lee Hammock. Send in your stories to mentalhealness85@gmail.com. If you want me to tell your story on the channel, I'm doing an animated series here pretty soon. It's going to start here pretty soon, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. And as always, Mental Healness is out. Peace.